of the fundamental things that we talk about, the difference between ground survival, a tactical ground survival course, or tactical ground survival tactics versus jiu-jitsu, is really placement and really the attitude and really its purpose. See, in a jiu-jitsu tournament, there are rules. There are things that he has agreed to abide by, and so have I. In the street, none of this exists. And in fact, you can't take a ring system into the street and think that you're going to be all that successful, because the environment is completely different. If we were rolling around on cement right now as opposed to these pads, that would have an impact on just my ability to stay on my knees right now and his ability to stay on his back and not lose skin. But if Brian traps me in his guard and pulls my head down like this, you know, we're bound in jiu-jitsu by rules that make it much more difficult for me to escape. But in the street, it makes it relatively easy, because look what he's giving me when he pulls me in. He's giving me a bite right here on his nipple, on his neck possibly. If he's pulling me higher, it's up here, I'm biting. At the same time that I'm biting, I'm also coming up toward his eyes, gouging the eyes, raking his ears, ripping his skin here. And now as I'm coming back, I'm sitting and going to the groin immediately. I am not agreeing to play with him by any subset of rules. By any means necessary will stop this guy. So if he wants to pull guard, I promise you, there aren't many jiu-jitsu schools anywhere in the world teaching the defense against this bite, a continuous bite. There's not many jiu-jitsu schools in the world teaching these kind of things. Guys who are comfortable on their back, they'll work for things. And yes, if you're talking about a high-level jiu-jitsu guy, you got bigger problems than that being on the ground with him. You shouldn't be there in the first place. But the reality of it is, if he pulls me in here, I can't beat a jiu-jitsu guy doing jiu-jitsu. I have to be willing to hurt him. I have to be willing to take it to a place where he's not willing to go. The same concept, where if I'm on my back and I'm trapped and Brian is in my guard, I've got to have the same concept going here of those strikes and gouges to the eyes and elbowing him. I need him to make a decision. Does he want to posture up and get away from me because he's tired of taking combat and then I'm switching here and making kicks? Or does he try and control me and come down closer and do this kind of thing? And look, I still have this bite for his ear, back of his tricep, the entire thing that I'm working for. Here, I'm not going to stay here and work for a submission on the street. Every second that you're down here is a second closer to someone else coming to attack you. And if someone else is coming into this fight right now, I don't care how good your guard game is, with one kick to the head, this fight is over. And you are in bad, bad way. And this is why, once again, you need to understand, yes, the principles of ground game or ground are sound in jiu-jitsu. It's just the wrong tool for the street.